In my previous video, I explained the differences in the introduction section of advantage, disadvantage, and advantage, disadvantage, outweigh types of essays. Now we'll go into more details and to explain what we have to do once we've started writing. When you move to the first paragraph of the both essays, you will see in the first type of essay when you're asked the advantage, disadvantages, it starts literally listing the advantages first and then disadvantages next. Like you can see, firstly, the advantage is number one, and then the next sentence is it explains and it supports the advantage and starts the second one, secondly, and also after supporting the second advantage with two more sentences, the writer moves on to the third advantage and then supports with one more sentence. The same is done in the next paragraph. You can see that it starts with on the one hand, and then you can see again one problem, one disadvantage starts, and then it moves to another disadvantage after a few sentences, with which the writer explains, supports his point of view, supports the advantage, and then another disadvantage starts, another possible, and then there's another sentence which supports this disadvantage. So the tricky point in to do the advantage outweigh the disadvantage types of essay is not clearly seen to a naked eye. You need to be able to make sure that you really understand the the position that the writer has when you just read the both types of essays, and then probably when you write your own essay. So first of all, the position must be very clear. Which one you think is more significant? And as in this type of essay, you can see this in this example, the writer thinks that the disadvantages are more important because as we read the introduction, it says the paid work can bring more problems. So any advantages it might bring. So disadvantages are more important than advantages. But we see the second paragraph starting not with disadvantages, starting with advantages. Although in the introduction, please pay attention to this here. It's a very tricky point. A lot of students just miss this point. Although the writer starts the paragraph with the advantages, with the disadvantages being more important and then referring to the advantages, the paragraph starts with the advantages. So the paragraph starts with the advantages as the writer supports disadvantages. It started with the word admittedly. Admittedly basically means that I don't want to admit, but I have to admit. I don't think it's important, but it exists. I cannot deny it. I have to write about it. So you can see that some words kind of, it seems like the student is reluctant to write about the advantages, but he has to write the advantages. So he writes admittedly, and then he uses some, or he or she uses some opinion adjectives to show that this is not very important, like the word basic here. Basic benefits. It's not important, just basic benefits, preliminary benefits. Then you continue writing here. The same starts the paragraph with the writing. This is not important, but again, the writer really states what the advantages are and supports the advantages as it did in the first type of essay, and then advantage, support, another advantage. But if you look at the next type of essay, the first type of essay, you will not see this here. You will see just we have a list of advantages and disadvantages. And in the second paragraph, as I said, you can see that the disadvantages have been just listed without any opinion given, but in opinion type of essay, you will see it starts with again, giving opinion. Nevertheless, despite the advantages above, I believe children could face serious drawback. You can see the word serious, that's opinion adjective. We had here basic, but here serious. These are the things that might really you might not want to notice this if you're not careful. Serious drawbacks from paid work. One potentially dangerous problem. So it's not just a problem, it's a dangerous problem. It's opinion that it exposes them to exploitation. And then it continues writing and again supports and ends the paragraph. About the conclusions of both types of essays. The conclusion of just advantage, disadvantage without opinion, we refer to the advantages and write the disadvantages, as opposed to the introduction in which we wrote the advantages and referred to the disadvantages, like earning money, getting independence. But there are no disadvantages given, but there's only referral. But if you look at the conclusion, you can see there are no the opposite to the introduction. There are no referral. That there are no advantages shown. There's only referral, but disadvantages have been stated. In the other type of essay in which we're asked our own opinion, you can see that it's completely different. You can see that being exploited or struggling with academic grades far outweighs any of the minor benefits that could result from children being involved in work experience. And as the writer supports the disadvantages, that by saying disadvantages are more significant, you can see that here you can directly restate the disadvantages: being exploited or struggling with academic grades, like academically or just being exploited by others. Disadvantages have been given first, of course, but there's only referral to the advantages. But the advantages are not directly shown here, and of the minor benefits, but which benefits are not indicated here.